Good morning, students. Today we are going to read another poetry of your book, The Puppy, written by Oliver Herford. Let us see what the poet says in the poem. The puppy cannot mew or talk. He has a funny kind of walk. His tail is difficult to wag, and that's what make him walk zigzag. In this poem, the poet talks about a puppy whom he is very close to. The poet puts little humor in the first four lines of the poem where he describes that the puppy cannot mew or talk. It cannot speak or make much sounds and also has an unbalanced walk because the puppy doesn't know how to move. As he is a newborn, so he finds difficulty even in doing simplest tasks like wagging his tail. Children, wagging means to swing from side to side and is especially used for animals' tails. His tail is difficult to wag and that's what make him walk zigzag. So here, as the puppy is very small, he isn't even able to wag or swing his tail. And due to this difficulty, the puppy walks zigzag. Zigzag means not straight. It has an unstable walk. He is the kitten of a dog. From morn till night he is all agog, forever seeking something new that's good but isn't meant to chew. In these four lines, the poet tells that the puppy is a kitten of a dog. Here, kitten means the young one of an animal. So, he is the kitten of a dog. From morn till night, he is all agog. Agog means here very excited. As the puppy is very small, his age makes him feel very excited all the time from morning to night. Whole day the puppy is full of energy and forever finds to look for doing something new, something adventurous. That's what poet explains in the line forever seeking something new. In the last line, that's good but isn't meant to chew, the poet praises this attitude of seeking for new things to do, but at the same time, he criticizes the habit of chewing everything that comes to the way. He roams about the tulip bed and chews the flowers white and red. And when the gardener comes to see, he is sure to blame Mamma or me. In this third stanza, the poet continues with the puppy's strange and immature behavior. He roams about the tulip bed. Children, romps here means plays roughly and noisily. So the poet says how he plays or how the puppy plays roughly and noisily in the tulip flowers. Tulip bed means here the rows of tulip flowers, and chews the flowers white and red. And the puppy chews and destroys the flowers. He tries to crush all white and red tulip flowers in the garden, which sometimes makes the gardener annoyed and angry. And in the last lines, and when the gardener comes to see, he is sure to blame Mamma or me. The poet wants to say that the gardener would surely have a doubt on the adults of the family, that is, the poet's mother or poet himself, for crushing the tulip garden. And this is all because of the guilt free face or the innocent face that the puppy has, which covers all his mischievous activities. So, in this paragraph, poet says that whatever rough games he plays is covered by his innocent face. One game that cannot ever fail to please him is to chase his tail. To catch one's tail twixt me and you, it's not an easy thing to do. In these lines, the poet describes about the puppy's most favorite and go-to game, which is never a fail. Never a fail here means does not make others interrupt it. So, when the puppy plays or when the puppy chases his tail, it doesn't make anyone to interrupt him. To please him is to chase his tail. So what is puppy's most favorite game? Is to chase his tail, is to go behind his tail, which makes him put in twirling motion all the time. To catch one's tail twixt me and you is not an easy thing to do. Here, the word twixt is a contraction of betwixt, which means between. The poet in these lines admits and conveys that catching one's own tail is not at all an easy chase or an easy task, but the puppy keeps himself engaged with this sport. So all this paragraph is about all this stanza is about the puppy's most favorite or most preferred game, that is chasing his tails. If he has not a pretty face, the puppy's heart is in its place. I'm sorry he must grow into a horrid, noisy dog, aren't you? In this last para, the poet feels sorry and tells that even if the puppy doesn't possess a pretty face, but his heart is innocent and one can judge anyone by heart, not by face. It's because beauty is not about having a pretty face. It's about having a pretty mind, a pretty heart, and a pretty soul. So the poet wants to give a message here. There's a hidden message that one should be judged by the heart and not by the face. I'm sorry he must grow into a horrid, noisy dog, aren't you? Horrid here means very bad. So what the poet says, the poet is sorry for the growth of the puppy into a mature, horrid and noisy dog. Children, you must have realized that the younger one of the animals or the smaller one of the animals, they are very innocent. Their activities doesn't harm or disturb anyone. But as they grow into the bigger one, as they grow into adult, they become horrid and noisy. And that's what poet is sorry about. Actually, the poem Puppy is a symbolic representation of childhood versus adulthood. The poet is drawing readers' attention in this poem to the days of the childhood where we knew nothing, but slowly as the time passes, we could learn a lot of things from life itself. Not only this, the poet makes the reader reflect his own journey from being an innocent child to an aggressive, impatient adult. Thank you, children.